Hi, this is Keith Shabbat, your friend in the mortgage business, and today we're discussing the documentation that's required for you when you get ready to sit down with a mortgage consultant for purchasing your new home. Oftentimes people ask me, Keith, what are the things that are going to be required for me to bring into a mortgage company prior to sitting down? That way I can prepare myself. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a detailed list of the things that you're going to need to bring in, which is about 95% of the items that you'll ever have to have for any company that you ever sit down with. Now, one of the most important things to understand is do not give originals. Make copies. Unless you're bringing the originals in and they're making the copies there in front of you to give them back to you, bring in copies. It'll save you a lot of hassle in case you ever need the originals back and they lose them or for whatever reason. But let's take a minute here and go through the things that you need to bring in, each item at a time, so you understand why you're bringing these in. Now, let's talk about, for instance, if you're a tenant that's renting an apartment or you're renting from a private individual. What's important for you to understand moving forward from today is if you're making rent payments and you're paying with cash or money orders, you need to stop doing that. You need to be paying from a checking account with a bank check that we can verify if we ever need to have 12 months of rental history. Now, this can be not needed if you're renting from an apartment complex or a apartment management company. You're going to need to have the last 2 years of your signed personal tax returns. You're also going to be needing to have your last 2 years of W-2s and or 1099s if you're self-employed. You're going to be needing at least one full month of pay stubs showing your year-to-date earnings. If you get paid once a month, you get one pay stub. Twice a month, two pay stubs, and if you get paid every week, four pay stubs. We're going to need your last 2 months of personal bank statements, and I have in parentheses here all pages. Sometimes people feel that if there's a page that has nothing on it and it has a page number, you don't need to send it in. Inaccurate. If you have 6 pages that it says are on your bank statement, you need to give all 6 pages for the last 2 months. Now, your retirement. If you got a retirement that's done monthly or quarterly or annually, we need the most recent one. Okay, all pages as well. You'll notice that's in parentheses. We're going to need to be having a copy of your driver's license. We're also going to be needing a copy of your social security card. We're also, if you have a passport, a copy of that as well. Now, if you're going to be getting a gift from a family member, you're going to be needing to get a signed gift letter for the down payment. Now, what we'll do is we'll tell you specifically what you have to have when you do a gift, because we're going to be needing the account that it's coming from, which would be the donor, and the account that it's going to, which would be you. If you have any inquiries on your credit report or derogatories, let's talk about inquiries for a minute. If you have any inquiries, meaning somebody's pulled your credit in the last 90 days, we need a handwritten letter of explanation of why you've had your credit looked at. If you've had any late payments in the last 12 months, we're going to be needing to have a letter of explanation for any late payments. The detailed letter of explanation for anything that maybe has happened in the last 7 years, such as a bankruptcy or a repossession, we're going to need a very detailed letter of why that happened. Now, we're also going to be needing to get the name and or number of your landlord or management company. When you're purchasing a home, something also to give some consideration to is who you're going to be using for your insurance company for the insurance on the home. Oftentimes people will ask me, who do you use, Keith? Well, we've got some recommendations we have, and on top of our recommendations, I recommend you talking with your auto insurance company that you probably have for your car right now. That way you can see whether or not there are any discounts that they'll hand off to you with that. Now, this is Keith Shabbat, your friend in the mortgage business. I hope this helps you with understanding what documentations you need for bringing in for your purchase consultation. Thanks again.